Hey guys, welcome back. I am trying a new recording technique, so you're going to have to give me some feedback on how this works with the camera in its new position and how you like the shot now. But I figured I would do a little bit more with solving systems of equations. So what we have here is one of those chemical solution problems, and this is actually one of the most popular types of systems of equation problems just because of how it makes you think. So we start out with two solutions. We have solution A, which is a lesser acidic solution. It has 5% acidity. Solution B has 20% acidity, and we need to make a new solution. We can call it solution C or whatever we want. That is 13% acidity, and we need exactly 120 milliliters of this. Now, one thing to look at to begin with is the only way that I can make a solution with these two is having some acidity in the middle. There's no way that I could combine solution A with solution B and make any acidity that's more than 20 or any acidity that's less than 5, because they're going to mix with each other and go somewhere in the middle. They're going to kind of average each other out. So let's think about what we know. We know that we have two solutions combining to make a third, and we know how much of the third solution we have. So if I think about the amount of solution A that I'm going to use and the amount of solution B that I'm going to use, that's going to have to equal 120 milliliters, because A plus B has to be that 120 milliliters exactly of that new solution. Now if I try to write out another equation relating A and B and their acidities, we could say that I know that since solution A is a 5% acidity, I'm going to have 5% times however much I use of solution A. That's going to add with the acidity, the 20% acidity for solution B, and when I mix those together, that's going to give me a new solution with 13% acidity, and I know that I'm actually going to have 120 milliliters of that new solution. So these are my two equations. I thought I'd chop it off a little bit. These are my two equations that I'm going to use to solve this whole problem. This is all I have to set up. So we are going to solve this through substitution. This top equation right here, I can easily isolate one of the variables, so I'm going to isolate variable A. I could do that through subtracting B on both sides, but what I see is that A is actually 120 minus B. I'm going to use this to plug in anywhere that I see an A. So I'm going to rewrite this formula now with A replaced with that expression, 120 minus B. My B part of the equation has not changed. And actually I can replace that. I can go ahead and do that multiplication. So that comes out to be 15.6. So hopefully you understand why we replaced. We only want one variable. So since I can isolate A and replace in where A is, I now only have the variable B. So since I only have variable B, I can now solve for B, and once I know what B is, I can plug it back in to my expression that represents A, and I can figure out how much of A I use. So I distribute out right here. Change colors to make sure this is clear. So 0.05 times 120 just gives me 6. This gives me 0.05B, but it's negative, and a positive 2/10 B, all equals 15.6. Now you have an option. You could either take away the 6 first, or you could combine your B values first. I'm going to go ahead and combine my B values. 15.6. Then I'm going to go ahead and combine my constant values through subtracting 6 off of each side. That gives me that 0.15B is equal to 9.6. And to isolate the B, I then just divide by the 1500ths. And that is going to give me a value of B that is 64. So that tells me that we are going to use 64 milliliters of B. I can then take that B back up to my expression that I had for A and say, well, if A equals 120 minus B and B is now 64, I can replace that and now find out that A is equal to 56 milliliters. And 56 and 64. I do, in fact, get 120, so we know that our math is correct. So please let me know if you still have any questions, comments, or concerns dealing with systems of equations or how we would design a problem like this based off our given information. But hopefully through these help tools that's taking care of everything that you have. And please give me some feedback on whether you like the camera here or where you would prefer it for the shot. Thanks. Keep working hard.